inside scoop for you guys today on a business that I'm looking to buy. Exciting times over here at Heritage Rose. As you guys know, I started this channel to help people in their path in entrepreneurship and in being a high quality business person through bringing unapologetically Christian content to you all, and to show up as a business person unapologetically Christian, to allow your beliefs and principles and truths of the Bible to permeate into your daily life, especially in your work life. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to shed light on what that looks like tactically, real time, as I'm doing it myself. I forget if I mentioned it on this channel, but I recently reread a biography on H.J. Hines. I definitely mentioned this, but one thing that I took away that just sticks with me in this biography on H.J. Hines is the conclusion of that book was the life of H.J. Hines showed that living into your Christian principles is not mutually exclusive from building businesses. And I would even take that one step further. Now, this was not the conclusion of the biography, but I'm going to take it one step further and say that bringing your Christian principles and your practices of Christianity, and as John Mark Comer in Practicing the Way says, be with him, be like him, and do what he does. If you do that at work and you show up at work, I would take what that autobiographer said one step further and say that if you are being with him, being like him, and doing what he does, that being Jesus, it's not only mutually exclusive with business, it is the right way to perform as a business person. It is the path. I'm a big fan of a business person, ex-Navy SEAL named Jocko Willink, and I listen to his podcasts when I can, and I also am a voracious consumer of some content sort of tangentially linked to Jocko, including Pete Roberts' YouTube channel, where he's documenting building Origin USA, which is a clothing brand made in the US. Jocko Fuel is also one of their brands. And they talk a lot about the path, staying on the path. And I've always been curious about the path. I love that people are bettering their lives, bettering their health, bettering their mental state by joining what Jocko calls the path. Stay on the path. And as you consume more of his content, you learn more and more about what he means by the path. But it always hasn't sat fully rightly with me, not because I disagree with it, but because I think there's more to it. I think that, as John Mark Comer lays out in Practicing the Way, the path is being with Jesus, being like Jesus, and doing what he does. That's the path. That is practicing Christianity. That is being a Christian in your day-to-day life, and that is the path. I think there are common Bible verses that are referenced in supporting different things related to what Jocko teaches there, like keeping your body as a holy temple. That's something that encourages us to care about what we put in our body. That's part of being on the path, part of exercising, being disciplined, doing what's right always. That's part of what Jocko would call the path. So there's a lot of overlap. So anyway, that's a little bit of a tangent here, but circling back to H.J. Hines, I think following the path as defined by John Mark Comer's book and as exemplified by H.J. Hines in building his company, you can build a great company that has not only a lasting impact, but an eternal impact. Ooh, that's a big one. I'm glad I get to verbally process this with you guys on these raw thoughts, but not just a lasting impact, but an eternal impact. That's what Heritage Rose is about. It's not just a lasting impact, it's eternal. It's big, that's huge. Oh man, I love that. And that's what it looks like when you practice the way, and that's what H.J. Hines exemplified in building the Hines Company. I love using that illustration when talking with people out to eat, because 9 times out of 10, there's a Heinz ketchup bottle on the table. And if you think about it, there's like maybe 4 or 5 brands on a table at a restaurant, sometimes just one brand that is labeled at least, and that's Heinz. So he built a company that lasts, but it had an eternal impact on people because of the way in which he decided to show up as a businessman. It's inspiring. It's something that I want to also exemplify in my business life. And in this next phase, as I've mentioned, we're looking at buying some trades companies, and we submitted an LOI, a letter of intent. I think I may have mentioned this. So we submitted an LOI for an HVAC company. Can't give you details since we're under NDA. And assuming we close, you can kind of look back and connect the dots on what I'm talking about here. But this HVAC company, it's awesome. 4 techs, 1 full-time office staff, 2 part-time, so 7 total people. It's a founder-led, founder-run business. We'll be buying it from the founder. He's been doing this for multiple decades. The business as it stands today is a high quality brand. They're not looking at quantity, they're looking at quality, and they are deep in relationships. That's resulted in them building a business that does about a little under $2 million in revenue and a little under $500,000 in profit. It's good business. It's great. 7 trucks, a warehouse, 4 techs, 3 office staff, 2 part-time, 1 full-time, and this thing is running. Founder is definitely involved, but there are some really seasoned people in that business, some people that have been around for some time, and that's huge. It's awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. So we submitted an LOI. There's 2 other people looking to buy the business that they're deciding against the 3 of us, and I'd venture to say that we are the front runner. Me and my business partner in this part of this branch of Heritage Rose is Denisio Roman, and Denisio was one of the guys who bought the marketing company Our Media from me, and yeah, I mean, I'm excited. We're doing it. The seller was encouraged by the fact that I had been involved in a plumbing business, so that was a big win. We're the only of the 3 bidders on this business. We're the only ones that have sort of been there, done that in entrepreneurship. We're the only ones that are running businesses today. The actual economics of the offers are very, very similar. And yeah, I'm excited. I think that we have a really good shot at putting this under LOI and putting this under contract this week. If we are to do that, then we've got 90 days to close on the business. So I think we've got until January 30th, which is just awesome. I'm hype. I'm so hype about it. So today, I've heard a lot about a trade school called Williamson Trade School. It's nearby. So I'm gonna go hit that up. I'm on my way there now. I'm gonna grab a decaf coffee from Dunkin' here, and then I'm gonna head over to Williamson Trade School. So excited to check that out. I'll take a little video here for you guys so you can take a look at it. From what I've heard, it's like a working classroom for tradespeople. So we're gonna go check that out. We're gonna be obviously hiring some HVAC techs and some plumbers. So exciting times, man. We're doing it. Denied from Williamson's College of the Trades. Mentioned I was gonna try and get in there. Security wasn't having it. Nice lady, but sounds like I need to call ahead and get some info from them. But there's a really cool little like history of the trade school here that I'm gonna turn around and show you guys. You know those plaques, they have those plaques that kind of give you the detailed history of a place. And I guess Williamson Trade School has one of those, so let's show you guys this. There it is. So this trade school was founded in 1888 by philanthropist Isaiah Williamson to teach underprivileged young men some trade free of expense via a character-based curriculum, with trade apprenticeships disappearing in the U.S. in the 19th century. It was a model in vocational education. It is the only trade school in the nation providing full scholarships to all students. The campus contains the largest existing collection of buildings designed by Frank Furness. Wow. That is awesome. 1888, because the trades were dying. Wow, this is not a new thing. People talk about how the trades are dying today and how we need more people in the trades. Well, sounds like this is an age-old problem. Excited to get in there and show you guys more.